यशोदानन्दना जय व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनतीरा वनचारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Srila Guru Deva Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Shri Radha Madhav ki, Shri Khodanta Mayapur Sashi ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Prabhupada's light can be turned on. Prabhupada's light can be turned on. Thank you, Prabhupada. So, reading from Shri Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, and we are chapter entitled Evidence Regarding Devotional Principles, Giving Up the Company of Non-Devotees. Lord Chaitanya was once asked by one of his householder devotees what the general behavior of a Vaishnava should be. In this connection, Lord Chaitanya replied that the Vaishnava should always give up the company of non-devotees. Then he explained that there are two kinds of non-devotees. One class is against the supremacy of Krishna and another class is too materialistic. In other words, those who are after material enjoyment and those who are against the supremacy of the Lord are called a Vaishnava, and their company should be strictly avoided. In the Katyayani Samhita, it is stated that even if one is forced to live within a cage of iron or in the midst of a blazing fire, he should accept this position rather than live with non-devotees who are through and through against the supremacy of the Lord. Similarly, in the Vishnu Rahasya, there is a statement to the effect that one should prefer to embrace a snake, a tiger, or an alligator rather than associate with persons who are worshippers of various demigods and who are impelled by material desire. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. So, Canto 7, Chapter 9, and text 13, I think. Text 13. 14? Didn't Mataji do 13 yesterday? Okay, 14. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nashtapraeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtiki. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, chapter entitled Prahlad Pacifies the Lord with Prayers. Text 14. Tad yacha manyam asuras cha hatas tvayadya tadyacha manyam asuras cha hatas tvayadya modita sadhur api vrishchika sarpa hatya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpa hatya lokas cha nivritim nirvritim ita pratiyanti sarve lokascha nirvritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam narsimha vibhayaya jana smaranti rupam narsimha vibhaya jana smaranti tadyachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatya lokascha nivrittimita pratiyanti sarve rupam narsimha vibhayaya jana smaranti tadyachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatya lokascha nirvritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam narsimha vibhaya jana smaranti Please chant. Yachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatyam lokascha nirvritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam nrisimha vibhayaya jana smaranti tvadyachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatyam lokascha nirvritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam nisimha vibhayaya jana smaranti tadyachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatya lokascha nirvritimita pratiyanti sarve rupam nisimha vibhayaya jana smaranti tadyachamanyamasurascha hatastvayadya modeta sadhurapi vrishchika sarpahatya lokascha nirvritimita praviyanti sarve rupam nisimha vibhaya jana smaranti मोदित साधुरपि वृश्चिकसर्पहत्या लोकाश्च निर्वृतिमितप्रतीयन्ति सर्वे Tad therefore yacha kindly give up manyam your anger asura my father Hiranyakashipu the great demon cha also hata killed tvaya by you adya today modita take pleasure sadhu api even a saintly person Vrishchika Sarpahatya by killing a snake or a scorpion. Loka, all the planets. Cha, indeed. Nirvritam, pleasure. Ita, have achieved. Pratiyanti, are waiting for pacification of your anger. Survey, all of them. Rupam, this form. Nrisimha, O Lord Nrsimhadev. Vibhayaya, for mitigating their fear. Jana, all the people of the universe. Smaranti, will remember. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki. My Lord Nrsimhadev, please therefore cease your anger now that my father, the demon Hiranyakashipu, has been killed. Since even saintly persons take pleasure in the killing of a scorpion or a snake, all the worlds have achieved great satisfaction because of the death of this demon. Now they are confident of their happiness and they will always remember your auspicious incarnation in order to be free from fear. Purport. The most important point in this verse is that although saintly persons never desire the killing of any living entity, they take pleasure in the killing of envious living entities like snakes and scorpions. Hiranyakashipu was killed because he was worse than a snake or a scorpion, and therefore everyone was happy. Now there was no need for the Lord to be angry. The devotees can always remember the form of Nrsimhadev when they are in danger. And therefore the appearance of Nrsimhadev was not at all inauspicious. The Lord's appearance is always worshipable and auspicious for all sane persons and devotees. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपां बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद् भक्ति स्वरूपाय गौरंगी नामिने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे पर श्री दामोदर नमो नमः. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagvatam. Context is always helpful, and we find the context is set in Srimad Bhagavatam, context is set in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the dialogue Krishna has with Arjuna. Here in the dialogue, Sukdev Goswami is having with Parikshit Maharaj, Narad Muni is having with Yudhishthir Maharaj, and other personalities, Mitra and Vidurji. Some context is very helpful, tremendously helpful. Some it helps in our approach towards practicing Krishna consciousness. It helps in our understanding of what is actually Krishna consciousness, what does it mean to be a devotee, should a devotee's life be like. So pray this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Prem Bhakti Prasud, Prem Bhakti Udgar Updesh, which is the origin of love. It teaches us how to be an instrument of love, how to serve love, how to serve the mission of Guru and Gaurang. And Mahaprabhu authorized Srimad Bhagavatam, Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartha Mahan, the spotless Puran, which has the potential, which bestows upon us the love of Godhead. We do not find any other literature. Srimad Bhagavatam is Rasa Shastra. Actually, whatever we do in our Krishna consciousness, it is all very Rasik. Rasik meaning very sweet, very melodious, very beautiful, extremely. The japa is also a rasa mantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which we chant on beads or sing. It is a rasa mantra. It is a mantra of proper love, invoking love, helping us understand what it means to love someone, what it means to be a loving relation in a loving relationship. And throughout our practice of Krishna consciousness, we try to understand japa or studying Srimad Bhagavatam. What is it that causes love? What it is it that will make us fall in love? What is it that causes us love? So here in Srimad Bhagavatam, but for that some context and some mood is definitely helpful, essential. In here, every pastime we see a context, a build up, a coming up, and Narsingadev Bhagwan's pastime, what to say. Even the current world writers and all those who write stories and all, they cannot fathom and will get completely bewildered. So I pray that I be the first listener of this message of Srimad Bhagavatam, of the message of Srila Rupa Goswami, of the message of Mahaprabhu. Pray that I ever remain a student of Srimad Bhagavatam. We continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we've been seeing Prahlad Maharaj here glorifying Narsinga Bhagwan. Narsinga Bhagwan has appeared upon the call, upon the desire of Prahlad Maharaj. And secondary reason is to kill Hiranyakashipu. That is not as such the primary agenda. Primary agenda is to give darshan to Prahlad, to pacify him, to love and care him, or perhaps could be to take darshan of Prahlad. That so much Prahlad was hankering, or ito narsimo, tato narsimo, yato yato yami, tato narsimo. Bahir narsimo, hridayir narsimo, narsinga madim, sharnam prapadye. So Prahlad Maharaj, he had actually captured, captured Narsinga Bhagwan in his sweet remembrance. He was never in forgetfulness of Lord Narsinga Dev. So Narsinga Bhagwan was left with not much of a choice but appear. And he appeared to pacify Prahlad and glorify devotional service, glorify his devotee, pure devotee Prahlad Maharaj. This is Krishna consciousness, means ever increasing glorification, and there is no satiation. Krishna never tires from glorifying his devotees. Devotees never tire from glorifying Krishna. And Yogmaya does all of this arrangement. Bhakti Devi does this arrangement. We see Vrinda Devi does fascinating arrangements. But for us to be a part of that arrangement, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to mold ourselves. We have to allow ourselves to be used by the by Yog Maya, by Vrinda Devi, by spiritual master, by our acharyas. Because Krishna consciousness is such a practice, one cannot uh, practice it from a distance level. No, and either you are in or you are not in. Either we are Krishna conscious or we are not as such. So here Prahlad is continuing with his glorification, and nothing but the sincerity, the pure devotion, the pure love, the pure heart of a sadhaka can actually pacify the Lord, can please the Lord. And that is what the Lord is looking for or asking for. Nothing else. Nothing else. And that love and devotion is there amongst all of us. Like our acharyas help us understand gold. Uh, Even if it is in a bin bag, in a bin uh, somewhere in a big town city, but consumed in been in the middle of dirt altogether, but still it never catches dirt. It is never affected. And you take the dirt out, then the gold is there. Likewise, we do not know how much devotion is there in our heart. We do not know how much love, how much loving sentiments, how much desire, longing, hankering, cry we have got for Radha Krishna, for Narasimha Bhagwan. We do not know, but it is there, and it needs uncovering, it needs bringing out. So Srimad Bhagavatam is there. Now Srimad Bhagavatam is not like a tool or a medium that will help us uncover. Srimad Bhagavatam is non different from Krishna. Once we channelize our consciousness, then we can experience that bliss, that ecstasy, that mysticism in Krishna consciousness. Uh, so japa is non different from Krishna, prasadam is non different from Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, deity is non-different from Krishna. So somehow we need to prepare ourselves, and how best we can experience or come to this level that the dirt within our heart as well gets purified, cleaned altogether, and the pure loving devotional sentiment which is there, which is amongst all of us, will come about is in good association. When we take good association, good inspiring association, association of those devotees who have grounded themselves in Krishna consciousness, who are humble in Krishna consciousness, who are hankering for Krishna. Mahaprabhu Siksha begins with this, na Shishtaskam. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava maha davagni nirvapanam श्रेयाकेरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुदिवर्धनं प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृता स्वादनम् सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So for us to really enter into Krishna consciousness, to really relish Krishna consciousness, really understand Krishna consciousness or this mission of Mahaprabhu, it begins Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So the mirror of our mind has to be cleansed. So much of material layers, desires, hankering, lamentation, tribulation, all in relation with the body and mind. Why do we have complaints and questions in life? Because we live in misidentification. We do not know who we are. Once we realize who we are, whose we are, then we will not have questions in life or complaints. Or we will still have questions in life or complaints, but those will be all transcendental nature. Those questions and complaints will also directly please Krishna. Directly please Krishna. So the process has to be understood, how to cleanse our mind. Right now, nothing is as such in a straight line. Our mind, our heart, our desires, our thoughts, our intelligence, quite spread out. Our identity pulls us in different directions. But Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us what? Mahaprabhu actually experienced this Moraman Vrindavan. Uh, that we have to make it. Vrindavan is a state of consciousness. Na? Krishna Bhakti is a state of consciousness. Now, what Prahlad Maharaj is glorifying, speaking here, is speaking from his consciousness level, from his highest state of utmost glorification for the Lord. And look at the hankering Prahlad Maharaj, even though he was put in so much of trial tribulations, but he never forgot Narsinga Bhagwan. And it is not like that these trials and tribulations bring out the best of Prahlad. Uh, to give an example, say an elephant, suppose an elephant enters a garden and breaks away the garden, tears apart the garden, throws the plants and flowers and trees away. That as such does not demonstrate or look how powerful the elephant is. Uh, the elephant is naturally powerful. Likewise, Prahlad Maharaj has that natural devotion. And loving service to Krishna is natural. It is natural, undeniably. It needs bringing to the surface. So for Prahlad Maharaj, it was not that, okay, these trials and tribulations help him sustain his mood of a pure devotee and humility. No. Even if he was given glorious and glorious riches, wealth, uh, women and things to enjoy and all, that also would not have shaken any of his humility. Not at all. So we prepare now. Um, Krishna consciousness is what, like Prahlad Maharaj, if we see his mood, his practice, how much was he in desperation of having darshan of Narsinga Bhagwan and waiting for the appearance, the arrival of the Lord, say, in desperation but not in restlessness. Shri Shri Khodanta Mayapur Sachi Ki Jai. Desperation is extremely required, desperation is extremely helpful. Uh, but restlessness is no good. Restlessness is like imposing himself upon the Lord. We can never impose ourselves upon Krishna. We can and we should never dictate our desires and hankerings to Krishna. Let Krishna appear, what's going on? No. But this building up, this momentum. And if we see so many phases in Prahlad's life came about, and finally came a phase, and natural. His father Hiranyakashipu naturally asked him, "Where is your Narsinga? Is it in this pillar?" And Prahlad, without hesitation, and naturally said, "Yes, of course. Why not? He's everywhere." And Narsinga Bhagwan also appeared naturally. But Prahlad, in his heightened state of ecstasy and experiencing sheer humility, we saw a few verses before. He was saying that how is this happening to me? I come from a low family. I have no good culture, no good association upbringing. How come am I benefiting or getting this? But then he did not let such thoughts as well um is him miss about this opportunity to glorify the Lord. He did not let such thoughts take away from him this opportunity to glorify the Lord. So, whatever our considerations, good or bad, I'm not so humble or I am humble, this and that, we put it aside. We put it aside. And we sincerely try to glorify the Lord, glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, glorify devotees. So again and again we try to remind ourselves we are here to humble ourselves. And if we good devotee association, if we do not prepare, pray to humble ourselves, then material nature anyways is going to humble us by humiliating us more or less, uh, or humble us by distracting us, pampering us, tempting us altogether. Everyone, if we see, our karmic reactions is humbling us only. Material nature is humbling us in all ways. The manner of mechanism could be different, but they are just everyone is humbling us, or everyone is pointing us to take shelter of Krishna. Time is humbling us. At one point, we were all 5-year-old, 10-year-old, but we are not. And we have been there since eternity, and we will exist till eternity. But then, when do we look into the purpose of our existence? When do we find the mission of Mahaprabhu sinks in with my heart altogether? Uh, that I have no other independent or separate desires. And living in a spiritual community, we we live by the ethos of the community, what Krishna consciousness is, and we try to ground ourselves firmly, humble ourselves firmly, and we are here to serve. We are here to become servants now of Mahaprabhu. So we take this mood, and those who have taken shelter of Guru and Gaurang, those who have taken shelter of the Lordship, we see from scriptures, no one was ever hurt. No, uh, that doesn't mean that okay, we take this as a motivation that if I take shelter of the holy name, I will be protected. To begin with, such is a good consciousness. To begin with, everything is okay in Krishna consciousness, more or less. But then, there's our gradual progression. This what is there for me in it has to go out from our system. That oh, I take shelter of the holy name, and then I will be protected in my job, family, any other such things. If I take shelter of Narsinga Bhagwan, I will be protected. Good. But then a relationship, and we try to please Narsinga Bhagwan. Prahlad took wholeheartedly shelter of Narsinga Bhagwan, but never ever in his uh, real consciousness, in his deepened consciousness, in his heart of heart, he was praying like, okay, I take shelter and then I will be protected from my father, or I will get the strength to face the difficulty given by my father. He was naturally humble. We are not naturally humble as such. But at least we should not shy away, or we should take this opportunity to glorify devotees, to glorify Prahlad Maharaj, uh, and to glorify the devotees who are there in front of us. Okay, on this note, maybe I will take a pause if there are any questions, comments, or clarification. Yes, bro.
You mentioned earlier your thoughts, the clearing of the mind, the heart. This should be in conjunction with one another. This should be the thoughts, the actions, the deeds should all be in harmonious balance. So, and that is, of course, that's us coming in union with Krishna.
Yes.
So, how do we know in our progress is there things we should be starting to see that is good indicators that we're getting there, that we're starting to get to that level? Is there any good indicators you could point out when you start to see that a devotee is getting to that level, that he's making progress?
There are quite a few indicators, scriptures say. जनयति आसु वैराग्यम ज्ञानम च यद अहेतुकम वासुदेव भगवती भक्ति योग प्रयोजिता जनयति आसु वैराग्यम ज्ञानम च यद अहेतुकम. So this Srimad Bhagavatam we see this somewhere in first canto, I believe, second chapter somewhere. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. When we do bhakti of Lord Shri Krishna, uh, Janayati Asu Vairagyam. What manifests quickly comes about. Um, Vairagya, detachment comes about, and knowledge comes about. Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayad Ahutukam. Uh, this cause because of this causeless mercy, uh, transcendental knowledge awakens in the heart of the sadhaka, and a detachment. Now, detachment means what? Detachment from material sense gratification. Detachment from material sense gratification, so much so. This is also a form of sense gratification. Now, what is there for me in it? Now, this is a tremendously heightened state of consciousness. Definitely, uh, e- I have no experience or understanding of it, but just studying or listening to, say, Prabhupada's classes and seeing him as a personality, say. Now, what is there for me in it? All such considerations will flush out, has to go out. Because until and unless I free myself from thinking about Krishna, and we are honestly very blessed to be living in a temple. Rare are those souls who get an opportunity to live in a temple and to be able to take darshan of the Lordship first thing in the morning and sing Guru Ashtakam for their pleasure. Hmm? So then when we try to free ourselves from self obsession, only then we can give Krishna an opportunity to become slightly obsessed with us. Say. Otherwise, how can Krishna work with us if we are to ourselves caught up? So the indicator that okay, our mind and thoughts, everything coming in one line is what? We become detached from material sense gratification. Somewhat a sadhaka can do for himself, personal introspection. To a certain extent, it is good. Just check and drop it there, say. uh, And it's when other Vaishnavas see us, very nice. So, detachment from material sense gratification and awakening of transcendental knowledge about the beauty, the glory of Vaishnavas, the glory of Mahaprabhu, the glory of Lord Shri Krishna. That has to be a strong attraction indication. And then sustaining. Doing good of anything is one thing, but sustaining it is another thing altogether. So continuously sustaining. Then another indicators that okay, mind and heart coming all in one line. When we see how we are molding our lives, hmm, and again how we are sustaining ourselves, then how much of appreciation we are having in our hearts for Vaishnavas who have entered our lives, for devotees who have entered our lives. What is our relationship with devotees? How do we deal with devotees? With whom does Krishna live? He lives with his devotees. He lives with his associates, friends, and such is this realm of Krishna consciousness that such devotional terminologies are not there as such. Uh, who does Krishna associate with? Essentially, he associates with gopas or gopis, his friends, uh, his parents, and all. So in them, there is no concept of God in there. But in here, in this society, we need this concept of God, understanding of God to help ourselves gradually evolve so much that the concept of God is eroded from our heart, and what remains is Brajendra Nandan, Krishna, the young boy of Vrindavan, son of Nanda Maharaj. So that sort of detachment, knowledge, awakening has to come about. Then we can see, yes, we are aligning ourselves properly in one line. Our relationship with Vaishnavas, our relationship with spiritual master, then our aim, aspiration, desire, and along the journey, many clues will come about, many things will come about. What we used to like at one point, we won't be liking anymore. But then we cannot afford to have an relaxation. That we have come a we cannot afford to have a relaxation as in okay, yes, I am free from such temptations, I am free from such desires. Uh, you never know, anytime we go out anywhere, any other mundane song which we listen to, and we may find ourselves, okay, we are back to square one pretty much. Uh, so we cannot afford to relax. We cannot afford to lose sight of our focus. Yes, understanding that I am blessed to be in the company of devotees and I'm practicing Krishna consciousness, and I've come a long way, say. But our further realization should be what? I have even a longer way to go. I have even a longer way to go. Until and unless we get the direct darshan of Lord Nrsimhadev or direct darshan of the divine couple and the Sakshat Seva, we have not made it as such. Does this somewhat tie in with your question, Prabhu?
Yes, you said a lot of nice points. And a lot of nice points, yes. That's right. Can I ask one more thing? Is it true that I read it in the scriptures, and sometimes you wonder if it's possible, because doubts, of course, are there, but fearlessness is only possible in Krishna consciousness. Is that the correct thing? Real fearlessness is when you're in Krishna consciousness.
Very nice question, Prabhu. Thank you. We see in society some people they are naturally fearless.
Fearlessness.
Yeah, yeah,
To be fearless
yes.
is when we're really connected up.
Yeah. We see in society, now some people they are naturally fearless. They don't have much of a fear of consequences, actions, or they are prepared, like maybe ready for a fight, or they don't take much stress or fear of losing job or losing money in business, or if something house ends broken down, say, they don't feel much fear or anxiety or stress out of it. But every one of us are within the modes of material nature. We think that we are the controller, but it's the modes that are playing about with us. When we actually genuinely start practicing Krishna consciousness, we will realize how much in ignorance we are. We think that we are in control, we have some power. We are literally controlled by the modes of material nature. So we think that, okay, I am fearless and this, but it is the modes that are playing us and giving us this confirmation that yes, I am fearless. This is some societal working, but genuine fearlessness, yes, can come in Krishna consciousness only. Anything genuine, anything pure, anything sublime nature, its source lies in Krishna consciousness. Its source lies in the beauty, the glory of Krishna, in the mercy of Krishna. So it can come about in Krishna consciousness only. And Krishna understands fear is a tremendous emotion. It's a tremendous emotion in the sense it is such an emotion which can never let us attain Krishna. Never. Or it is such a tremendous emotion that it can strongly or completely, surely let us attain Krishna. In the sense, when we have this fear of our own identity, what is going to be there with me or for me, uh, and anxieties because of material attachments and all, we won't be able to surrender ourselves. We won't be able to call out to Krishna because we are still holding something for ourselves, some going on. It won't be close to 100%. But same time, if we have this fear of losing devotee association, and if we hold on to that fear, if we have this fear of losing devotee association, losing the mercy, the blessings of spiritual masters, the blessings of Prabhupada, like that, Acharyas, Krishna consciousness, then that fear will help us tremendously stay focused in Krishna consciousness in a good sense. So yeah, in nutshell, yes, genuine fearlessness can come about only in Krishna consciousness. This actually we see in Srimad Bhagvatam. In glorification of Srimad Bhagvatam, every verse is there. And in first canto, 7th chapter and text 7, I believe, we see this. Yasyam Vaishruyamanayam Krishne Parama Purushe. Na 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 na. यस्यां वै श्रूयमानायां कृष्णे परमपुरुषे Shokamoha The third line is not coming by Krishna's mercy. Bhaktirutpadyate pumsam shokamoha bhayapaha. So, I believe this is the direct answer to your question, Prabhu. Yasyam vai shruyamanayam. Vai Lord Shri Krishna. Shruyamanayam. When we hear the Shivalras, the wonderful activities and pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. Krishna Parama Purushe, the transcendental personalities. And actually we see the pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev, the pastime of Lord Shri Krishna. Who can match, who can even think what Krishna has done? Krishna is the most mystical, the most confusing personality to understand. If we try to apply our logic, we can never fathom Krishna's workings if we try to apply our mundane material intelligence and logic. What he said in Bhagavad Gita, what he did in Vrindavan, there's quite a bit of contrast. Quite a bit of contrast we will experience. But it is only when we take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam or take shelter of devotees, pure realized souls, and when we hear from their powerful speech, from their heart, that Krishna consciousness residing in their heart permeates, penetrates. That speech, Prabhupada, what did he do? He went and he chanted the Mahamantra in that park in America, and then he gave talks. And that sound vibration will take away all the fear. So, bhaktir utpadyate pumsan. When we hear Lord Krishna's pastimes, the bhakti residing in our heart will manifest, will come to the surface. And what will happen? Shoka moha bhayapava. Shok, na? This lamentation, moh, illusion, and bhaya, fear, all will go away. That is the way, and we see other places in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, fearlessness or any other emotion in the pure true state can be attained only when we are in connection with Krishna. Does this Prabhu answer somewhat your question?
Thank you very much.
Now, this purport as well, na, or the translation if we see, and what we just read from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So, saintly persons, translation says, na, even saintly persons take pleasure in the killing of a snake or a scorpion. Snake, scorpion body, very envious body. Very envious body. Now, an envious personality and snake, scorpion, the body is such they cannot modify themselves. They cannot modify. Only human has a possibility to modify himself. Man is one who can modify his instinct. Now, snake, you give him milk, the very person who is feeding the snake will his bite that person. So, snake, scorpion, they cannot modify themselves. Quite envious personalities. So, this is why at a distance or when they are in the there, in the nearby, they have to be killed. Likewise, how how lovingly, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, it ties in what we read in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that a sincere practitioner should stay away from Mayavadis, uh, from impersonalities, or who are absorbed in material sense gratification, or who are envious of Lord Shri Krishna. They say, as we read as well, if you walk and on one side there is forest fire, or one side there is tiger, lion, um, or one side there is calamity, and on the other side is a Mayavadi ashram, say Mayavadi temple, or those who are grossly engrossed in blaspheming Krishna, blaspheming devotees, or heightened state of material sense gratification, much better to be consumed by fire or lion or tiger. That ways only our body will get disturbed, but the consciousness can still be intact. Uh, but if we engage, associate with Mayavadis or this cross materialists or who are blasphemous of the Lord and the devotees, our consciousness will be polluted. We won't find able to sustain our focus and mood, and we are not that strong enough. So we watch ourselves out. Thank you very much for your kind attention and encouragement. Grantha Srimad Bhagvatam Mahapuran ki, Patita Pavan Shila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.